Shout out to Market Timer on the Boggleheads forum for inspiring this challenge. The further we get from 2008, probably the less people who are going to read this thread, but it's well worth it. My next challenge is to time the market. I'm going to do it in my HSA account because if there's one thing you can rely on, it's the strength of your own muscles and body. So if this goes wrong and I lose money, in order to recoup it, I'll just not get sick. So gambling with my health, essentially. I'm currently investing all in SPTM, this broad fund. We're going to sell $10,000 worth of it and then make more than $10,000. So let's trade. I need $10,000 divided by, what's it currently at, 50.6 or so, is 197. So we're going to sell 198 shares, 50.6, place order. I'm going to be centering some of the screen out, probably not too much. I don't know yet what, but just so you believe me that it's not all edited. Here we go. My sell was complete. Sold SPTM at 50.6 at 9:34 on 2/13. In case you don't trust me and you want to research it. Now I need to wait for that cash to settle before I can buy anything else with it. So we'll come back tomorrow. Actually, never mind. It says available funds for trading is all 10,000. So let's go find us something to buy. Looks like GME is having a rough day so far, which means it's probably going to go back green later in the day. So let's buy some of that. Let's go with 526 shares at $19. Order placed. I did go a couple cents below the current market value, so we'll see if it hits that limit order. Here's the past 5-day chart for GME. It's looking like it'll probably hit it because it seems to be on a downward direction. That greed, I wanted to drop a couple more pennies and I missed out on this huge jump up already. But I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm just going to wait more than 3 minutes. All right, checking back in about halfway through the day. Unfortunately, SPTM, the stock that I sold this morning, has gone up by almost 1%. So I missed out on those 1% gains. Fortunately, GME has gone up by even more than 1%. Considering it was negative something, it's up over 2% from when I looked at it this morning. Unfortunately, I did put a limit buy in, remember? So I missed out on all of those gains just because I wanted to save a couple dollars. So currently sitting at a net negative 1% because I missed out on this. So challenge is off to a really good start so far. It's the end of the day. Not much has changed. GME has maintained its high. I missed out on 3% there. SPTM maintained that 1% gain, missed out on 1% there. So what I'm going to do is cancel this order, and now I'm going to just go back and buy it at its current 70 cents higher than that. 520, what was it, 25 shares? No, that's too many now. 510 shares, and I'm going to buy it, even though I think it's going to dip tomorrow morning. Looking at stocks is distracting, and I need to not be distracted at work tomorrow, so we'll go for that. It's been filled. I'm now long on GME as well. The challenge continues. It's a couple days later, which is okay. You know what they say. The best way to time the market is to spend time in the market. That's not actually a saying, but waiting a couple days did help me avoid a good faith violation, which is good because I was fully committed to doing that on Monday. Anyway, it's Wednesday, and my GME, which is GameStop, by the way, is up a total of 4.76%. So we learned not to be greedy, right? So it's time to sell it. It's looking pretty good today. So we're going to sell 510 shares at $20.65, which is the current price. I was editing the end of this video and realized that my math was incredibly hard to follow. So I'm going to break it down again in retrospect. I sold 198 shares of SPTM. Then I bought 510 shares of GME. And then I sold 510 shares of GME. And then I bought 206 shares of SPTM. So my GME shenanigans allowed me to buy an additional 8 shares of SPTM. And it's currently at $51. So if we multiply 8 by 51, we get $408 is how much I gained by doing these shenanigans. I've invested that money back into the account. So if we look at how long it's going to be until I retire and apply the law of compounding interest, that $408 will turn into $408 because stocks don't earn interest. However, that's okay because I can probably buy like a dozen eggs for that price in the future, which is sweet. That was my challenge, was to time the market, and I successfully did it. I was expecting SPTM to drop because of the intergalactic war, but apparently that's not happening anymore. And that's fine. You're allowed to be right for the wrong reasons as long as you're right. So, I made money. Challenge complete. This is not a recommendation that you do this or whatever, disclaimer, don't do this stuff, etc. Nobody's going to get to that part, but video's over now.